What's up, everybody, and what's going on? Welcome to another live stream. And here we are today at my favorite place. We're here at the local airport where I love to spend all of my time. Like, man, if I got to really pick a place where I could work at every day, I wish I could work here at this airport. This airport means a lot to me, but that's not what we're actually here to talk about on this live stream. So I'm here to talk to you guys about this epic Paramotor Skymax Pulsar that we are actually giving away. And this is very exciting. And how can you get in on this epic giveaway that we're doing with Skymax Paramotors? Is every one t-shirt that you buy gets you an entry in on this paramotor. And if you guys all want, you guys can actually get as many shirts as you would like, and it'll get you better chances at winning. Yo, what's up, dude? What's happening? You caught me on the live stream, man. And hey, dude, no way, dude. Epic, man. Dude, well, good luck to you, dude. We already know how it is to win. And no, that's really epic. And thank you, dude, because really, dude, if you actually bought today, also what's going on with my next 50 t-shirts that are sold, which is you're a part of now, because if you really bought today, in the next 50 t-shirts bought, what I'm going to be doing is putting in a random another giveaway, and I'm going to be giving away in one of these next 50 t-shirts sold a Insta360 camera to one of you guys that buy the next 50 t-shirts, because now we've already sold 50 shirts, and now like what I would like to do is show you guys my appreciation. So out of my pocket, I am giving away the Insta360 X5 to one of you guys with your next t-shirt buy, and also, like I said, every t-shirt you buy gets you that entry in on winning that free Pulsar. And just to be clear with everybody, what does that come with? The Skymax Pulsar that I am giving away with the t-shirt buy is that gets to come with the Skymax Pulsar frame, the red on red frame. I call it the red on red because it is the red frame with the red netting, right? And what that comes with is the Dudek Light Comfort harness. And this harness is a very special, unique harness that is like no other. And what makes it so different from all the other Dudek lightweight harnesses, these were specially designed just for these frames. And that's because they were designed to have a gas tank on the bottom of the harness. Whether if you use that gas tank or not, you don't have to. But it's nice knowing that you can have an extra bladder on the bottom of your harness on top of already having a 12-liter tank on the frame already. Super, super awesome and very rare. And what makes this giveaway much more special is that I'm giving it away with the Skymax case. And this case is another very rare thing to actually have. And it's really amazing, what I'm doing. And I'm really excited about it because I've been wanting to do something like this for some time. So, man, I just noticed that it looks like my video seems a little funny. If you guys don't mind dropping a comment and let me know what you think, because I can move anyway. And you know what? Thinking about it, maybe we should just go to... I see somebody actually driving up to me right now. They're probably going to talk to me and ask me what I'm doing, which is fine. But yeah, so in just a minute here, you might catch me talking to somebody, which is totally fine. Yeah, it looks like someone's probably coming all the way over here just to see what I'm up to, which is fine, because people don't really recognize me now in this new truck. Clear and bright. All right, hey, man, I appreciate you saying that. I want to see what this person's actually going to say to me, because guaranteeing he's going to come up and say something. He's just another pilot here, probably just trying to see what I'm doing here. So if you guys don't mind, just give me 1 minute here while he's definitely driving up to me right now, which is fine. So, people are just nosy and they always want to know what everybody's doing or why they're here. So, and I've never seen this guy before. So let's see what he has to say. So if you guys don't mind, I'll jump right back into what I was just talking about, which is totally fine. So, but like I said, I'm always really respectful to everybody here at this airport. I love actually being here, Wow, look at that. He is not coming over here to talk to me. And wow, no joke, he actually has a carrier on the back like what I would have. Well, he didn't come over here to talk to me, so I'm sorry for wasting everyone's time right there. I thought for sure I was going to have some other pilot talk to me right now. But anyway, so back at what we're giving away. We're giving away the Skymax Pulsar, right? Like I said, with the Dudek lightweight comfort harness that is very rare with that gas tank on the bottom. And also, we're giving it away with the suitcase, which is so exclusive and rare, and it's so expensive if you were to actually buy it through me or through Skymax, right? This is not at all a cheap buy. So, and that being said, you know, this is something that, you know, I've been wanting to do for some time. I'm very excited about doing this type of giveaway. And really, you know, like, I'm like excited too how I'm like promoting Skymax even more with selling Skymax t-shirts. And don't get it wrong, if you would prefer to have like my YouTube channel or my business name Paramotor shirts, I'm totally all about that. So I do have MBE PBG, or I do have you know, Flying Dan with the 29 sedan shirts. See if this guy's gonna talk to me. He's actually behind me now. Nope, just some guy being nosy. Wow, I think he was just being nosy. That's totally fine, you know? It's not like I have anything to hide here. And you know what's funny? Like sometimes there's like some older pilots here that are always like, what's everybody doing? Then again, I have learned that some people like to just drive around this whole airport one loop when they're done here. And I'm assuming that that's what that old timer is doing actually right now. He was an old timer. I couldn't tell when he went around, but you guys just saw how cars just totally drove behind me. He came up the, which I like to call the west end to the south end part of the airport. And now he's literally driving from where we're sitting as the south end to the north end, because this is a triangle airport. I just did a square there, but you get the point. But yeah, so he's just driving around. He wasn't being nosy, but yeah. So Travis, I really do appreciate you commenting on the video too and let me know that the video is clear, and I definitely appreciate the like. But yeah, man, you know, I've been trying to make more and more videos, you know, a lot of things. Like I actually just basically got that night job just officially. Dude, I actually had to jump through a lot of hoops to get that job, which was a whole nother thing, which we don't have to talk about right now. But like I said, the whole point of this video that I am making right here to talk to you guys about is that giveaway that we're doing. And like I said, if you want to be, I missed that. What did you miss? What did you miss? What, the job, the other new job that I'm getting? So really quick, like the other job that I'm getting is that I've been trying to, you know, like carpentry will never leave my life, but I've been trying to like find other ways of making more money, because, you know, life's getting more and more expensive. And, you know, I make money on YouTube and I make money off of Facebook, but not enough to live off of, right? Enough to get to play with these things and potentially do cool giveaways. And like what we're doing now. So I wanted to get a job that was basically on the books and do something that was totally outside of my comfort zone, right? Because we learn more about ourselves when we do things that are so different and so like make us feel uncomfortable, right? So what I did was, one day I was hanging out with all my paramotor pilot buddies, right? And this was like a few months back, like almost maybe now it's been, man, it's probably been about five months now. Yeah, like it's been about 5 months now since I've been in this process. Yeah, and so this last 5 months, right? So say 5 months ago, I was with all my paramotor pilot buddies, and there was one that, you know, I had to ask him, like, what do you do for a living, man? Like, what do you do outside of just coming and hanging out with me sometimes to go flying? He goes, oh, Dan, I do armed security down at one of our Coast Guard bases here. And Scoob, what's up, man? And what's so crazy about that is, like, I had to do things that I've never done before, you know, like go be licensed to carry, go owning firearms, you know, and then go and applying for like a SORA card so you can do armed security. And, you know, it's amazing because I finally got the job and I just got my uniform today, which is super crazy, which I can share with all you guys. That, like, if you guys go follow me on like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, and even on my shorts here, you'll see me like post little things about it for sure. But I don't know if I'll make a long-term video about that. But yeah, thanks, man, because like it's really exciting because this is the first job I've ever got that has a pension, that I get paid for like sick days or vacation pays. It's super crazy. And it's only a part-time. I'm only doing it as a part-time. But regardless of that, I am really grateful. And I'm really grateful that I asked that one time of my pilot friends on what they were doing outside of what, I just thought of them as pilots. So, dude, all right, Travis. Well, good luck, man. Good luck. Exactly. Well, to be honest with you, Scoob, the reason why I took it as a part-time instead of full-time, which I actually was offered full-time like 3 times. They wanted me to take the full-time position, but I couldn't do it because I own a construction business called Restore the Shore LLC. And to be honest, like, I'm not allowed to give that up. I have contracts with certain companies and I build decks for a living. But like, I don't want to do that forever. And to be totally honest, it's a great thing that I do. I get to make good money at it here and there. But to be honest with everybody, the past 2 years, the numbers haven't been as great as they have been. And that's fine. And I'm not complaining. Like, I love being a YouTuber. I love that I own a carpentry business. I love that I'm now an armed security officer. And also, you gotta call and soar the shore you haven't been to. Oh, yeah, soar the shore. Oh, my gosh. Okay, dang, Scoo. That's actually, you're saying, who and we got to fly and call. Oh, yeah, so you're saying that you have a flying that's called Soar the Shore, right? That's what you're saying? That's actually a really catchy name, actually. I like that. But no, I'm just excited to step out of my comfort zone and do something totally different. And what I'm going to be doing down at the Coast Guard base is I'm going to be protecting the people that are at the base, which is really cool. It's like, and all I'm going to be doing is just cruising around a cool patrol car and be like hanging out at the gate and stuff like that, which I'm excited to do. And like, to me, it sounds really less back-breaking than me slinging wood all day. And don't get it wrong, it's not going to slow me down at all for my YouTube channel or, say, my Facebook and other videos like what we're doing now. I love doing all this stuff, and I find that, like, the more things I do and the more challenges I give myself, it makes me actually happier. I feel like, you give yourself more tasks to do daily, it, like, gets you away from the negative BS that's really always going on with everybody. We all have the same similar problems. We all have bills to pay at the end of the month. We all have cars that could potentially have problems eventually. We all have homes that need repair jobs here and there and things like that. So, but regardless of all that, dude, you trained in Cape May? Dude, that's super awesome, man. Yeah, and that's where I'm going to be doing doing that armed security. I'm really excited about that. But really, the reason why I did this live stream today is to talk to you guys about my epic giveaway that we're doing. So, like I said in the beginning, every t-shirt that you guys buy gets you 1 free entry into getting a free Paramotor from me. And I am giving away the Skymax Polestar with the Dudek lightweight comfort harness that has a gas tank also built into the bottom of the harness. Whether if you use it or not, you can easily just take it right out and just have it as a bottom sack like what I have with my other Dudek harnesses. And it also comes with a very exclusive hardcover case that is very expensive. Like if you were to buy that case, most people would never buy it because of how expensive it is. And I get that, you know what I mean? But like some pilots love to buy all that stuff, but not like all paramotor pilots aren't like in that category. Like for me, like in the beginning, all I ever wanted was one of those suitcases. But to be totally honest, I never wanted to spend that kind of money on it. So now I felt that, man, what would be a cool way to get people to get that suitcase? And then I thought about it. It's like, man, it'd be really cool to be able to do it as a giveaway. And that's what we're doing, And no, it doesn't come with this giveaway this time around with an engine on this frame. But my next giveaway that we do will have a motor on it. And I'm thinking about doing the factory R, maybe a really cool red one or maybe a blue one, depending on what frame we do next. But the next I almost said it, but the next giveaway that we do that I can't wait to do won't come with this exclusive suitcase. So this is the one and only time that we're doing this with this suitcase, which I'm very excited about, and even knowing that it's not coming with the engine on it, it's still a very expensive free setup that I'm giving away to one of you guys for potentially the cost of a $35 t-shirt. And don't get it wrong, if you want to better your chances, you can buy 2 shirts, you can buy 5 shirts, you can buy as many as you want. But, and like I said, how do you guys do that? You go right over to my page here. You'll see that I have a PayPal link right there. You're just a couple clicks away. When you do go over to it and click on that link, make sure that you leave your home address on there and stating how many shirts you bought, just so I know what to package up for you and obviously know where to ship it to. So, and like I said, I'll be throwing it in either white shirts, black shirts, some random things. But in the next 50, because we already sold 50 shirts, and we have a 200 t-shirt cap, by the way. So as soon as we sell 200 t-shirts, I'll be giving away this Paramotor. But like I said, it's those shirts, as soon as they fill up, the quicker we fill up those shirt sales, the sooner I can give away this Paramotor to one of you lucky winners. But to spice it up and to make it more entertaining and fun, in the next 50 t-shirts sold, I will be throwing in to one of you lucky buyers a Insta360 X5 in one of those t-shirt purchases. So you can potentially just spend $35 on a t-shirt and also be buying the epic Insta360 X5 that'll be coming in your order for free. And that is actually from the kindness of my heart for me showing you guys how much I appreciate you guys all participating in this. And like I said, this is very exciting and I want to keep this going. So, and yeah, so like I said, so right now the sun is actually finally starting to go down. Let's see what time it is right now. I'm gonna start my truck up because it's starting to get cold in here. It's freezing cold out too, by the way, in New Jersey. Yesterday, we hit like temperatures of like 53 degrees right here in this airport. It was so warm, but the winds have been wicked. Right now, it's 34 degrees right now, it says on my truck. 34, and I hate that. So, that being said, let's go drive back to my house because I do have things to do. Wow, it's already 4:27. Man, I've already been doing the live stream for a little bit longer than I thought. All right, so which way should I drive out of the airport? I wonder, should I drive the left side here or go up the right side here? So we came in to the right. Why don't we go driving left here? Dude, so earlier when I came here, now you guys can see that epic sun there. Will it get out of the... It's actually pretty bad. Wonder if I just move the camera a little bit. Oh, that's not bad. Solving them problems. So, like I said, everybody, we're here at the local airport. I love being here. This is where I spend all my time, right? And this is where I get to hang out with a lot of you. And also, when I can't fly, it seems like lately I've been like buying those little silly TikTok buys, which I just actually recently... Oh, that's so funny. So, you know, I've been wanting to buy heated gloves, right? And keeping this on the shorter end, I thought when I saw on TikTok these heated gloves, you know, I guess I didn't read the fine line of the description of it. No, I wish that we were flying today, man. The reason why we're not flying is that the winds are like gusting over 30 miles an hour. But no, everybody, look, I bought these gloves. Dude, because I thought they had these little things on the fingertips. I thought these were like heated thin gloves. But you know what's great about these gloves? Even knowing that they're not powered heated gloves, when you put these on and you start wearing these are from TikTok. They make your hands instantly start sweating. And I actually like how thin they are. They're very thin gloves. And dude, I only paid like $15 for them. I'm going to drive over to the windsock right now and show you guys how the winds are really bad right now. And this is why we're not flying. I don't want to drive over one of the lights here on the strip. Hold on. So the winds are really bad right now. And right before I did this live stream or started this live stream up, there was the Coast Guard doing their taxi runs with their helicopters. So I didn't want to be really in anybody's way here. Wow, I just watched the windsock actually drop down. So there's some bad gusting going on. So let's turn around. Whoa. I accidentally just turned my hazards on. Wow, of course, when we come over to the windsock, it seems like it's not that bad. But we are over here where the trees are. So there is probably a lot of bad rotor wash right here. How you guys can see my part of my truck. But there's the windsock. Dude, it was just pinned right before I came over here. That is so funny. The other windsock is actually pinned right now. That's on the other end here. But like I said, we have a gusting of over 30 mile an hour that's going on right here in this airport. And right now, it's funny how the windsock's not pinned when it just was. Almost makes me want to sit here for a minute until I see it getting pinned again so I can just show you guys how the winds are actually on the rougher side. Oh, no, it's all good, Scoob. You're not missing anything. The winds here are really bad. And, oh, yeah, the only thing I did actually just talk about was how I accidentally thought I was buying heated gloves from the TikTok buys when I come out here. And when I can't fly, I buy stupid things that are cheap, you know. And, you know, you guys all watch me in my videos and I suffer all the time. So I bought these really thin gloves. Even knowing that they're not battery operated heated, they actually are really great heated gloves. Like they make my hands sweat. What'd you just say, Scoob? I know, it's supposed to be really cold here right now. Like right now it's 34 degrees, it says, in the truck. It's cold, you know, and that's what, like another thing, like my feet are freezing right now. That's why like I wanted to start my truck up and get my heat going. But yeah, so like I was saying, everybody, you know, we're giving away one of the Pulsars right now. All you guys have to do is buy a t-shirt, get you an entry in on getting the free Skymax Pulsar with the Epic Dudek lightweight harness, and also comes with the very exclusive suitcase, right? And I'm very excited about this. I can't wait to see who actually wins that. All right, there's nobody on the runway. We're going onto the runway. The one rule is here, because there's no tower here, and also I don't have my radio with me anyway. The rule is if you don't see anybody in the sky, you can hit the runways here. But if you see an airplane or even a helicopter, even the helicopters, you have to follow the same rules. You cannot touch any of the strips here with a vehicle, no matter what. You just cannot. And as for me, as a paramotor pilot, you know, we're the slowest people here, so I always have to give everybody the highest respect and stay so far out of everybody's way. And everybody knows me here because I'm here so much. Like most of the pilots here know me, and they all know that I do stay out of everybody's way. And they've asked me to get radios, and I do have a radio, but the only time I feel like I need to have that radio is when I bring other pilots here, like other paramotor pilots here. Let's change the camera around so you guys can see the awesome airplanes that are here. One day, I will have my own airplane sit here, preferably in one of these hangars over to the right, of course. But, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? Man, everybody's coming on the live stream today. What's happening, everybody? We're here at the airport. I'm actually leaving the airport right now. I can't believe it's already after 4:30. I want to, oh my gosh, the windsock is pinned right now. I mean, it's so pinned that it makes me sick that when I came over to show you guys, the winds were on the low side. But we were over on the west side of the airport where the winds are actually coming from, and we were very close to trees, so there's a lot of rotor watch there. Hey man, it's really good seeing you too. And just so you're aware, if you're not aware because you're jumping in on the live a little late, we're doing a Paramotor giveaway. And how do you participate in the giveaway? Every one t-shirt that you buy from me that's a Skymax t-shirt will get you one entry in on this free Skymax Pulsar with the Dudek lightweight harness and also the exclusive Skymax suitcase. And how do you actually pay for that? All you got to do is go right to my PayPal account, which you'll see the link right on my page here. And if you have any issues with that, make sure you just message me over on Facebook or Instagram or even TikTok. But it's right there on my pages. You're just a few clicks away. $35 gets you a t-shirt and gets you an entry in on winning a Paramotor. And also, because we've already sold 50 t-shirts already, the next 50 t-shirts sold, we will be giving away in one of your lucky orders or one of your lucky purchases, a Insta360 X5 will be going in one of those orders, which is very freaking awesome. And that is coming from me. Like, that's showing my appreciation for all your support from all of you guys buying these t-shirts, participating in this awesome giveaway. And I'm very excited about that. So, and we have a 200 shirt cap before we give away the Pulsar. So I love seeing everybody here because everybody knows me. You know what's funny though about here? Nobody looks behind them when they actually drive their vehicle because they're never expecting a car to be driving right there. And it's so funny. I'm like one of the very rare people that drive probably the most in here, you know? I come here all the time, even if I can't fly, just like what I did today. Like, I came here hoping to maybe get some kiting in. Ooh, sorry about that, guys. That glare was brutal. I come here so much just to sit here, do video blogs, or even write in my book. So, like you guys know, are aware, I journal that I write like everything in, like my YouTube stuff, my things that I like spend my typical money on, like whatever buys of the day. But yeah, I do keep I do keep like little miniature journal of my daily routine. Helps me keep myself in line and helps me remember things that I did a year ago, you know? And I feel like as soon as I started writing things down every single day, it like also helped me change my life a little bit in a direction that I wasn't even planning on doing. Look at that epic sun right now. The sun's getting close to sunset. If I'm not mistaken, I think today sunset calls for 4:50. And like I said, right now it is 4:36. But so awesome. So if you guys all hang out with me on the rest of this live, we're going to my house right now. And I'll probably just end the live once we're back at my house. So, but I've had a couple people actually on these live stream ask me when I was going to get Starlink, and I still want to get that actually, but I feel like I'm going to wait till after, whoa, somebody smashed their car right there. Right in front of the liquor store. I can't believe it. I think someone was excited to get their alcohol and they whaled the pole right there. That's hilarious. Well, it's not really funny. I don't know the situation. So, but they were in the parking lot. So it looks like they were trying to get their booze. So, but yeah, everybody, if you guys aren't following me on Facebook or Instagram, make sure you guys go follow me on there because I do a lot of daily posts on my stories. So you guys are seeing what I'm really posting daily. And don't get it wrong, I do the same thing here with my YouTube shorts. But, I get such a high volume on Facebook, That's where it started everything out for me with doing, with, let's say, becoming a YouTuber and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I always tell people about my Facebook, my Instagram, and even TikTok, But, like I was just doing a TikTok live right before this and it went pretty good. I had a lot of people on there actually. I had 2,000 people on the live stream when I did it at the airport. And it's not that I'm not a fan of doing the live streams on TikTok. I'm more of a fan of doing live streams right here on YouTube because once I'm done this live stream, it actually makes itself its own little video. So it's a video that's always there. So even though that I know that the live stream videos aren't the best quality videos after the live stream's done, it's kind of like a butchered video almost. It looks like it's not very clear. But to some people, they still watch that whole live stream after it's done. And, it's nice, because some people go back and watch them, So that's really cool. And I really appreciate all of you for that. So, but I wanted to make a video about the giveaway that I'm doing, like a long video, but then I thought, hey, I can just go to the airport, drop a live stream on it, let all you guys know about it. And yeah, and like I said, I really appreciate seeing some familiar faces on here. I always love seeing you guys come on here and hanging out with me for the couple minutes that we do these live streams for. So, and yeah, it was cool that I even got to talk to you guys a little bit about the new job that I just got because I am excited. And also, I don't want to ever use the word scared, but it's more like I'm jumping out of my comfort zone again in my life at 36 years old. Some of you guys think that I'm much younger and I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm 36. I would like to think that I am still on the young side. I still feel like I'm every bit of a teenager, I feel like I still fall like a teenager, that's why I like skateboarding. Like skateboarding, I kind of gave up on majority of how should I word it? I gave up a lot of skateboarding because of how I would fall so hard. And skateboarding is the only sport I've ever done that has actually put me in the hospital a lot. And, I used to really try to skate and try to skate professionally, And I was a skater. I used to love riding the half pipe. Half pipe skating was the best. Look at that sunset. So if I'm not mistaken, sunset is in the next 20 minutes, which would be like the best time to be paramotoring. But for one, it's now 30 degrees, it says in my truck. I don't know if that's because we're moving. Yo, Travis, definitely, dude. Definitely, man. I've not only lost a lot of flesh, but I've broken both of my wrists. Like, I've broken my left wrist 3 times from skateboarding. I've broken my right wrist twice, and I've fractured my whole palm of my left hand a couple of times. I broke my right knee. I've shattered the bottom of my left side of my foot from like airing out too high and then trying to land on my feet. That's actually how I hurt my knee really bad too. And the reasons why I broke my wrist so many times was when I go skating like concrete bowls and stuff like that. When you skate a bowl that's outdoors, the ground's like dusty, so everything's like more slick and it's easier to slide out. And man, I can't tell you guys how many times I've slid out from coming back down switch, and like I would just swash out at the bottom of the bowl, and then I would get thrown backwards, and my body would just naturally throw my hands behind myself to catch my upper half of my body. Game over every time. I mean, every time. I remember the last time I broke my wrist on my left side, and I thought it was like game over. Like, okay, this is when I'm gonna get rods and stuff. I broke it, but put my wrist out of place too. So like that's what made it look really bad. So my wrist not only came out of place, but I also broke part of my wrist again. And that was bad. That was really bad because they had to like re-break my wrist that day when I went back. Actually, I didn't go back to the hospital that day. I went to the hospital like that next morning, which was really dumb of me. Yeah, I snowboard too, man. Yep. I've always been a decent snowboarder. I never want to say I'm a great snowboarder or I'm a bad snowboarder. I definitely picked up on it very easily, and I did love it when I was much younger. Like lately, like cause of paramotoring, I've realized trying to snowboard with a paramotor's extremely difficult. Like, and it's real sketchy to be sideways, but try to turn your upper half of your body to be straight to try to plane out and gain that speed. And it's just sketchy having that paramotor on your back. So I've been actually learning how to ski. Like this season so far, I haven't actually gone once snowboarding or skiing. But last season, I only tried skiing, and I skied 3 times. And the last time I skied, I was actually really getting it. The first time, man, it's like rollerblading for me. I don't know about you guys, but I could never get it. Like my knees would buckle in. Like for some reason, my body like was like, "What are you doing, being separate from like a board? Like what is this?" Like my brain could not allow me to have 2 separate things like going on with my feet. It was so funny and weird. But yeah, like rollerblading, something I could never actually pick up. I bet you I could probably maybe do it now, but there's no reason for me rollerblading. But skiing, it was the same thing in the beginning. It was like my knees kept buckling in. Like it just, I guess I didn't have that muscle there in my legs to be a rollerblader or say a skier. And I've never even done water skiing before or anything like that. So it was all very new to me. But then the last time I went skiing, I got a little bit of I had an instructor help me out a little bit, more like a friend, family member. And I really, really picked up on it. And it really changed the game for me. Because now, if we ever got snow here in New Jersey, I would actually go buy skis and go try to fly off with skis under my feet. I don't want to say I'm good enough yet to do that because, to be totally honest, I don't think I am. But I do think that I could do it much safer than being on a snowboard, because that's what freaked me out the most when I realized how hard it was to snowboard off the ground, or just a snowboard period with the paramotor. I realized that how am I going to land like this? That's what actually bugged me out a lot more than the idea of even just trying to ride on the ground with the snowboard. Because I felt like I was starting to get it with the snowboard. Like, okay, maybe I could get the glider up and do this. But dude, just all around sketchy. Oh, I have so many people that are messaging me right now. So for the giveaway that we're doing. Yeah, but dude, to be honest with you, I've only saw one other guy ever doing a paramotor with a snowboard, but they never went off the ground. And I thought to myself, I could be the only guy who ever does it. And now I can see why no one has done it. And the only way I would do it now is I wouldn't do it with the Pulsar. I would have to set up the star frame, Skymax frame setup, you know, because for one, the hoop section's way bigger, so I have less likely of a chance of a prop strike. And two, it's a much stronger bottom base frame. Meaning, like, if I was to mess up, which I clearly probably would, I wouldn't damage anything other than probably the snowboard, or like maybe wreck my leg or something, which that is a little scary with the snowboard. I kept thinking, like, man, I could really break my knees doing this, you know? That's how I felt. I just felt a little sketched out, and like it was a little too unsafe. And that's why I just kept it on, hey man, I went snowboarding down the beach with my paramotor. I get to hold that title. I've never met anybody who ever went snowboard paramotoring on the east coast of the beach here. So I get to hold that right now until I hear otherwise and see someone else's video. I've actually made videos and posted them of me snowboarding with the Skymax Star. Right, exactly. Right, man. You can easily just hurt yourself. Yeah, exactly. I know what you meant. It's easy just to hurt yourself snowboarding regardless. But man, throwing 60, 70 pounds on your back, you know, with thrust, it's a game changer. Especially the way you got to like turn your upper half of your body, but keep your hips and legs that snowboard way. You know, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Dude, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it just literally got a lot darker. Because now we're getting a little bit more closer to the beach, obviously to the east side, and while the sun is setting clearly on the west side, plus these tall trees blocking the sunset. And really, I think sunset is literally happening like any minute now. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 4:50 here Eastern time. So, but yeah, man. So. Yeah, this is very exciting. You know, I'm really excited about this giveaway. I'm really excited about the new changes that I'm doing with my life. I'm excited selling more Skymax t-shirts because I don't know if most of you guys are aware of this or not, but I have been already selling Skymax shirts. I've been selling MBE PBG shirts, very rarely on my YouTube channel and my storefront shirts, of course. Because, you know, not everybody knows about, like, you know, people know about Flying Dan with a 29 sedan. That's my YouTube channel. And my social media stuff, you know. So I do make shirts, you know. I've only sold maybe a couple dozen of them and maybe now a dozen of my MBE PBG shirts. But I've sold handfuls of Skymax shirts and also given away a lot of Skymax shirts. And that's why I thought it would be cool to do this as a promotion for Skymax. Great advertisement for them. Also, you know, just a good way to raise a couple bucks up for the next giveaway also, so we can actually put a motor on the next giveaway that we will be doing. But like I said, the next giveaway that we do will not have the suitcase. This is a very exclusive giveaway that we're doing with the Pulsar and the Dudek lightweight harness, which I'm debating. Oh, there goes my one glider, not the Spider. So, and yeah, you know, and a lot of you have been asking me about doing giveaways with gliders, which I'm not against doing. Travis here, that's on the live stream, already knows that I've done a giveaway like that. So that's why I didn't want to do like the next giveaway to be a glider. I've been dying to make it a paramotor giveaway. I mean, dying to do this. So like I said, everybody, we have a 200 shirt cap. As soon as I sell all these 200 shirts, that's when we will give away the paramotor and the suitcase. And like I said, we have already sold 50. Sorry, I'm just watching traffic right now, everybody. We have already sold 50 Skymax t-shirts for this giveaway. And like I said, this next 50 Skymax t-shirts that we are selling, I will be giving away inside of one of your t-shirt orders an Insta360 X5. So if you guys want to get the chance to win the Insta360 X5 on top of potentially winning a Paramotor for $35, you got to buy a shirt right now. And like I said, I'm going to be throwing in other giveaways too until we actually reach the 200 shirt cap. So like I said, everybody, I really do appreciate you guys participating into this. You know, it means a lot to me. It means the world to Skymax. You know, Skymax is so hyped about this game that I'm actually getting to play with everybody, you know, and this was something that I wanted to do for all of you guys, you know, which is really exciting and it's really neat. It's a great opportunity for somebody to potentially win a Paramotor for the cost of $35, you know, and that's pretty epic, you know. And like I said, this frame you can either put on the Atom 80, you can either put on the Vitarazi MY 185, you know, the Moisture 185. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I'm driving, I do mess up my words here, so I apologize for that. Or you can also put on the Paulini 202. There's a lot of numerous motors you can actually throw onto this frame. But for bolt-on, you can definitely instantly buy a Vitarazi engine to just bolt right onto this frame. And if you were to plan on putting on a different brand engine, I would just give you one of the motor mount brackets for that engine that you would put on there. So like I said, you can put on any frame or any engine you want on the frame, but certain frames will require, or certain engines will require a motor bracket that would just go onto the frame and then you would put right onto your engine. All right, so that being said, everybody, we're here. I'm back home at my shop, my MBE PBG shop, and also my home. So with that being said, everybody, I really do appreciate all you guys for coming on here, hanging out with me. It was really nice seeing everybody come back. It's always nice to talk to everybody. And like I said, everyone, make sure you follow me on my Facebook, which is Danny Williamson, my Instagram, which is the same as my YouTube channel, Flying Dan with a 29 sedan, and the same with my TikTok, but my TikTok just doesn't have 29 in it. It's Flying Dan with a sedan. So make sure you guys go check all that out. Like I said, we are giving away a Skymax Pulsar with the Dudek lightweight harness and the epic exclusive suitcase that is designed just for this frame. So like I said, how do you guys get in on this giveaway? All you guys have to do is buy a t-shirt. There's a 200 cap on the t-shirts. That's when we will give away that Paramotor as soon as we sell all 200 shirts. Right now, we're at 50 shirts as of this morning, but I guess now that we're a couple shirts already in on top of that, and like I said, the next 50 t-shirt buys to get to 100 sales on the t-shirts, I will be throwing in the Insta360 X5 to one of you lucky buyers. So that being said, I'm super grateful for all of you guys. Thanks a lot for all hanging out with me on the live stream. That was a lot of fun. Really great to hang out and talk to all of you guys. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, have any issues with paying through my PayPal account, just message me over on Facebook or Instagram, or even email me, okay? I'm checking all that stuff daily to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to buy a t-shirt from me and also be a part of this epic giveaway that we are doing from Skymax and from myself. So that being said, everybody, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your night. And until the next one, everybody, good luck to all of you guys, and thanks a lot for participating in this. You guys are the greatest. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.